Today is the legendary's birthday, the day of Freddie Mercury. I was looking for a topic to shoot a video about, and what a great way to resume posting videos on this channel. I'm posting this video not only to celebrate Freddie's life, but also to share my story on how one person can have such an influence on people and inspire millions even decades after his death. Back in the day in 2007, when I was around 16 years of age, I had this very ordinary life in Syria. All I had done was play video games, stick around with family, and hang out with friends from school. I mean, nothing too fancy. But one day I became aware of the song We Are the Champions, particularly the Crazy Frog version, if you remember. And don't expect a Middle Eastern guy to know about Queen, especially at that time in 2007. But the song was fascinating to me, and I guess I heard it before on TV or something during sporting events. But Crazy Frog triggered it in my mind, and I got obsessed with it. At the same period, there was that popular commercial from Pepsi that featured Britney Spears, Pink, and Beyonce singing We Will Rock You. So I also got obsessed with that song. And of course, I heard it before. At school, we used to bang our desks while singing We Will Rock You whenever we were left alone in the classroom. So these two songs were constantly being played in my head, to the point I wanted to know more about the artist behind them. So I headed immediately to my PC, and at that time we had this shitty phase of the internet, if you remember, the one that connects and produces this sound. Anyway, I started Googling about We Are the Champions, and I saw the name Queen, and I was like, what? What's Queen? And I wasn't familiar with bands or band names back then. All what we knew at that time was mainstream Western music, artists like Beyonce, Eminem, and 50 Cent. If you talked to me then about bands, I only knew a few pop groups like Backstreet Boys and Westlife. Now I was seeing that name Queen, and I was like, what the heck was that? So I ignored this and started Googling more about We Will Rock You. And the coincidence, I saw Queen again on the screen in front of me. Then I thought there must be something about this name. I did not pay too much attention, especially on a shitty Syrian internet, so I just ignored the whole thing. Until another day when I was hanging out with friends, we saw a tiny new DVD shop. So we dropped by to have a look and check movies and stuff. And I was staring at the shelves, and suddenly I saw the name Queen again. It was Queen's DVD, their concert from 1981 in Montreal. And I couldn't resist. This name had been following me for days, and I wanted to know what that Queen thing was about. So I took that DVD off the shelf and bought it immediately. I rushed back home, and I was one of these lucky and spoiled Syrian boys who had one of these, bulky laptops that I bought in 2006. I waited till midnight. I made sure that everybody was asleep so I could explore this band with all freedom. Siblings are always there to ruin every life experience. So anyway, I just shoved that DVD into the laptop and played the concert. Now I saw this guy Freddie wearing a leather jacket and Superman shirt, and of course he had his famous mustache. And to me that was absolutely an unexpected look. Freddie with a mustache looked like Syrian taxi drivers. And immediately I was like, wow, what's this? I was immediately blown away with this Speedy We Will Rock You version. And Freddie's looks, and of course the other members of the group. And Brian May with his fancy looking red special guitar. Naturally, I started looking for We Are the Champions, so I was fast forwarding the video until I accidentally came across this. She's killed a man. I was instantly attracted to it. I watched the whole song, the beginning, the guitar solo, the operatic section, and the outro, and I was like, wow, that was too much to consume. I had never heard anything like this before. I did not know if I was listening to one song or maybe two separate cool songs, but definitely I was mesmerized by it and by the band's performance. And I had this feeling then that this is what I want to do from now on. And while Freddie initiated me to the whole rock music thing, Brian May's guitar playing gave me chills and made me feel that I want to grab the guitar and start doing this. And since that day, I became a totally different person. It was one of these moments that many artists talk about. For instance, Yngwie Malmsteen was describing his experience watching Jimi Hendrix for the first time on TV and how he was being influenced to play rock music since that day. I guess it's like a torch that is esoterically being handed from one generation to another. I guess we all know this, but we never talk about it that way. But it is indeed like a torch and a flame, which is beyond words. Since watching Freddie and Queen overall, something that was dormant in me got activated. I became more passionate and alive since that day. I bought a Fender Strat replica, and within few months I was playing famous rock anthems from Queen to Zeppelin and Guns N' Roses and many other bands and artists. Later on, I played publicly in gigs and composed my own music. Freddie Mercury and Queen's influence was huge on me, so I'm posting this video to share my love and gratitude towards the one and only Freddie Mercury. Happy birthday, dear legend. You will never be forgotten.